Niger preachers, imams must submit their scriptures for review, says Governor Bago. Kanu seeks transfer from DSS custody to National Hospital. Flood alert: 11 states may experience heavy rain this week, says FG. Nigeria's resident doctors suspend strike, give reasons. ADC disowns report claiming INEC ratified its state chairmen. IMF, World Bank behind Nigeria's full fuel subsidy removal, says Falana. Summary of the news. Niger preachers must submit sermons for review, says Governor Bago. Governor Umar Bago of Niger State says all religious preachers must now submit their sermons for approval before preaching. He explained on TVC that this is not a ban on evangelism but a step to curb hate speech and extremism. Security agencies like the DSS and police will also be involved. The Religious Affairs Office further announced that preachers must obtain a license within 2 months or risk being stopped. Reactions are mixed. While some religious leaders insist government has no right to regulate preaching, others say this measure could help promote peace. Kanu seeks transfer to National Hospital. The Federal High Court is set to hear Nnamdi Kanu's request to be moved from DSS custody to the National Hospital in Abuja. His lawyers argue that his health is deteriorating, citing kidney and liver issues, low potassium levels, and swelling under his armpit. Chief Kanu Agabisan, who filed the motion, insists that Kanu's right to health is fundamental. Justice Musa Liman has agreed that the matter is urgent and will rule after hearing both sides. Kanu has been in DSS custody since 2021, facing terrorism-related charges. Flood alert: FG warns 11 states. The federal government has issued a flood alert, warning that 11 states could experience heavy rains and flooding between Sunday and Thursday. The affected states are Adamawa, Benue, Nasarawa, Taraba, Delta, Niger, Kebbi, Kano, Katsina, Sokoto, and Zamfara. Authorities warn that rising water levels in rivers Gongola, Benue, and Niger pose major risks, including communities in flood-prone areas, especially Numan and Lokoja, are advised to evacuate immediately. Resident doctors suspend strike. Nigeria's resident doctors have suspended their nationwide warning strike just 2 days after it started. The doctors under the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors (NARD) say the suspension follows assurances from the federal government on key demands, including unpaid allowances and arrears. However, the suspension is only for 2 weeks, meaning another strike is possible if the government fails to deliver. During the strike, public hospitals were stretched thin, with consultants handling most of the workloads. ADC denies report on INEC ratification of state chairmen. The African Democratic Congress (ADC) has dismissed claims that INEC ratified a list of its state chairmen. Party spokesperson Bolaji Abdullahi described the report as fake news designed to mislead members. He clarified that only the party can ratify its leadership, and INEC simply recognizes lists submitted after due process. The ADC urged the public to ignore the false report and rely on official party updates. Falana, IMF, World Bank behind fuel subsidy removal. Human rights lawyer Femi Falana says Nigeria's full removal of fuel subsidy was influenced by the World Bank and IMF, not local policy decisions. Speaking on Channels TV, Falana argued that no country in the world has completely abolished subsidies, pointing out that the US, UK, and France still subsidize sectors like electricity and agriculture. He criticized the Tinubu administration's move, insisting that it was externally driven and not in Nigeria's best interest. Follow for more. September 15, 2025.